Hello there, this is SHAREfactory and welcome to Dark Souls 3. This is gonna be playthrough number 3 and we're gonna be heading to the Firelink Shrine. Um, right now we're gonna head to the door. Always keep in mind that you should check the area after opening a door. You never know where there are items lurking around. As always, I always tell people to read messages left by players. Do not trust them all, because you might die in the process if you take a leap of faith and just believe everything people put. But it's always good to keep an eye open to see what's new, what's coming soon. Alright, right now I'm exploring the outskirts of the Firelink Shrine. There's a few monsters around. Not difficult to kill them though. As I've mentioned before, always double check the bodies to see if there's any items around from the dead bodies, and always check the map. Usually I know where there are items. Maybe you see me traveling around, investigating, double, triple checking areas, because I tend to have good memory of where most of the items are, and sometimes, like in the back of my head, I'm thinking of New Game Plus 3, which is where all the items do appear in the game. And sometimes I'm like, there should be an item hidden maybe there, but there's not. For that same reason, we're literally playing in a new game from scratch with my mercenary character. She's gonna be most likely a dex build. That's my intention for her. Alright, be careful with the dog. Dogs are horrible in this game. Kind of reminds me of Resident Evil 1 and 2 in the old days. Alright, so now I'm gonna head inside the Firelink Shrine. So you can see there's a throne, a few thrones there. Pretty nice structure, circular. It does have a few floors, and later on I'll show you where some of those paths takes you to.
Ah, another one roused from the sleep of death. Well, you're not alone. We unkindled are worthless. Can't even die right. Gives me conniptions. And they'd have us seek the Lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. But we're talking true legends with the metal to link the fire. Not fit to lick their boots. Don't you think?
He gives you a new gesture. always keep in mind.
Asking us to seek the Lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. We're talking true legends, those who would link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots.
To talk to the characters more than once. If until they loophole what they're talking about. That's the Firekeeper. She's gonna be
I'm a firekeeper.
helping us
I tend to the flame and tend
throughout
to
our
thee.
journey.
The lords have left their thrones and must be delivered to them. To this end, I am at thy side.
Alright, we are gonna she's the one that
Then touch
level
the
us up
darkness within them.
throughout our journey.
Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
She's always gonna be saying that before we get level up. Alright, so you can see the different stats: vigor, attunement, endurance, vitality, strength, dexterity, intelligence, faith, and luck. You can click on the help button if you need more explanations of what each of the items do tell you. I'm gonna do a video apart of focus on the leveling system. I do consider it takes time from a playthrough, and but right now I'm gonna just max out dexterity just so I can hit harder the
Farewell,
monsters.
Ashen One.
Alright.
May the flames guide thee.
So now we're gonna go to the old lady here. That was an accident actually.
Pleasure to make thine acquaintance,
was
Ashen One.
fixing my
I am
hands
but
or
a
something
humble
and
handmaid of the
I hit
shrine.
her in the process. Do
Weapons,
not kill her,
armor, trinkets,
because
and
if you
spells.
kill her, all the items
I've
will
lots
have
of
like
little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler.
20% up in their
And yes,
prices
I'm
each time you
bonehead
kill
too,
her
but
until you
not
actually
so
finish
charitable as to give my
this
goods
playthrough.
away.
So that's a big
Ashen
no-no.
One,
Don't kill
fetch
the
souls
NPCs.
and bring them to me. As is thy wont? No?
Alright, you can see the items shop. Right now I cannot buy anything because I have
Ashen
not
One.
enough souls to buy, but we will soon come back and I will
Ashen One, if my
let me
wares are
let
not
her
to
talk
thy
right now.
satisfaction, bring me umbral ash. With ash, I'll fashion new wares. Is it not our sorry fate to sup on death? Knowest thou of that soppy gossip? That cordial intrusion layeth the path to embers? And so thou art in need of a soapstone, Ashen One. Then thy pockets will overflow with souls to trade to me.
Talking to NPCs is always a good idea.
Ashen One, if my ware bring with it
It gives you a little more about the lore and what you're doing, what's your purpose in this world.
Well, a newcomer, I
And
see.
here we have
I
blacksmith
am
Andre.
Andre. I serve at this shrine as a humble smith, forging weapons. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust. A toilsome journey, I wager. You require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith, such is my purpose.
Throughout the game, I'm gonna be upgrading items, and I will tell you what I'm upgrading and why really fast, because it does take time. But first, always check if you have Estus shards. If you don't remember, I always double check just in case, because you get so many items in the process that will expand your Estus.
Pretty be careful.
And the upgrading items, I don't have enough mats right now and souls to actually do anything, so it's fine. I will make a separate video of upgrading items, so stay tuned for that. Most likely I'll use my main account for that, since I have so many mats and weapons I can use to show you. Here we go. We're going to another NPC, which I missed the first time because he's so small and he's in the throne.
Unkindled, and a seeker of lords. I am Ludleth of Corland. Look not in bewilderment as I say. I linked the fire long ago, becoming the Lord of Cinder. If substantiation be thy want, set thine eyes upon my child cause. This sad cadaver, no need to be calm. Have a closer look.
Right now all he does is talk, but later on you give him an item and he will be able to trade the souls of bosses for weapons or spells and a few rings. So it depends on your choices, but I'll get onto it when I unlock that from the game.
A reenactment of the first linking of the fire. So it is, I became a lord of Cinder. I may be but small, but I will die a colossus. Knowest thou of our purpose? 5 thrones will take 5 lords as kindling for the linking of the fire. The fast fading flame must be linked to preserve this world. A reenactment of the first linking of the fire. So it is, I became a lord of Cinder. I may be but small, but I will die a colossus. Knowest thou of the fast fading?
So that's pretty much all he has to say for now. So now we're gonna embed the BONFIRE sword, coil sword, which was the one that we took from the tutorial boss, Gundyr. That will help us travel to our next area as well. However, before we proceed,
Produce the coiled sword. The mark of ash will guide thee to Lothric, where the homes of the lords converge. Farewell, Ashen One.
before we proceed, I will give you. Okay, so this is the Undead Bone Shards. This will expand your Estus Flask. So if it gives you, for example, 5 points, then it gives you 10. This is the storage box. Right now it looks useless. I just dropped one of the items I know I'm not gonna use. But once you have a lot of items, it is better to actually drop certain items there so it doesn't mix up and doesn't make you waste time looking for other items while you're in your journey. That one is the attunement spells menu. Right now we don't have any spells. We can get through it later on. I can do a video also as well of that. But right now, since I'm doing a dex build, pretty sure we won't be seeing any magic for a while. Okay. So before we leave, I'm going to show you 2 different things you can do ahead of time here in the Firelink Shrine. It's very useful if you want to have a strong weapon. You get out of the Firelink Shrine, you head right, and there is going to be an NPC called the Swordmaster. Make sure to kill these guys because they can attack you from the behind. And right now, if you can see over there in the stairs, it's kind of hard because it's dark. But there he is. I fast forwarded this because he killed me a few times. He's really strong. And I just wanted to show you, I was gonna edit this, but I wanted to show you that it is tedious to handle it, and it's okay. He is hard to kill. But eventually, you know, if I was trying to use a tactic on him, which is to make him fall, and once we make him fall, it's gonna be a lot easier for us to, you know, to kill him pretty much, because we don't have to spend time dueling with him. And you do not have to worry, because one of the worries you could have is, oh, will he drop his weapon all the way down? And no, you don't have to worry about that. He won't be dropping his weapon down. He will be, it will appear again, and I'm gonna show you in a moment. So you see he dropped there, and you will see that you will get the souls. He gives 2,000 souls. So I'm gonna skip this really fast. I'm gonna run back. You touch the bonfire, and then you run all the way back to where he was, and you will see where he was standing, his weapon and his armor set. Very simple armor set. It's very weak, but some people use it for the challenge. I've seen them in PvP. And this sword is a dex base. I cannot use it right now because I'm missing one strength point, as you can see in the table to the right, and in the bottom you can see it is in red that I need 11 strength. But I don't have to worry because, you know, I'll have 11 strength pretty soon. Alright, so now I'm gonna head upstairs to the right. As you can see, you enter and you go right, you'll see those 3 openings. For those Dark Souls 2 fans, you'll see one of the giant trees, which is what happens to giants after their death. And where you examine there's gonna be a seed of life. Later on, I will show its use once I do have one, but it's required for me to kill an invader, so that's why none of the seeds is there. So you can see that door is locked. You need a key from the old lady. It costs 10,000 souls, I think. And those are the stairs that will make us go up and down eventually. But there's a shortcut. There's a lot of videos in the internet. I'm gonna fast forward this to actually do it. You see, and once you jump in, it's very tricky, but it is doable. You walk in, you pick up that item. You cannot go any higher than that, but you can keep walking and there's gonna be an entrance. Alright, you go in and be very slow. As you can see, this is like the top area of the Firelink Shrine. You can see the thrones down there. You can see NPCs too if you have the patience to do it. And over here you can also talk to picklepee and pumperum. Those are invisible NPCs which are represented in a way by crows. And in their nest, which is there, and in the roof, so you can use either of them, whichever you like most. It's the same. You have to leave an item, which I'm gonna leave a homeward bone because I do know they will give me an item. So you just have to leave one. Don't use discard, use leave. So that way the item will drop and it will pretty much automatically do it. I'm just leaving the voice of them talking right now, but you can actually press X and hurry that up. Alright, in this case, he gives us the gesture pull over and gave us the iron bracelets, which is Solier's gloves pretty much. And you can get Solier's full armor. Right now I don't have enough of the materials it requires to get all the pieces, but I will be getting them in this journey little by little until we have all the set. So we have an invisible wall here, so that's why you have to come here. There's a very important item that will help us accelerate the process of buying items and leveling. Right now I stopped a moment because I was like thinking what items. I was looking in the wiki online what other items I could give to picklepee and pumperum. I'll make a separate video about that and put the links in. there, but you can pretty much Google it. If you put Dark Souls 3 and picklepee and Pumperum, it will actually take you to the wiki. It's there are a few, but there's one I use most. I did check, and I can leave also a firebomb, and it will give me an item. This is also one of the ways to get a Titanite slab, which is what you need to get to make an item plus 10. But you cannot do that anytime soon, so eventually we will do it. Alright, so let's head back, and we go through here and we jump down. There's a chest over there, as you can see. Okay, and we have the silver serpent ring, and that's where those are the slots. There's 4 of them. You can put 4 rings, and we will go ahead and put this. As you can see, remember, if you want more info, you can press a square, and it will give you all the details of the ring and what it means. But usually the rings do tell you from the get-go that what they do. In this case, it's gain more souls per kill. Alright, so now we can head to the bonfire. That's pretty much it of the things you can get ahead of time. We also have a Estus shard. I did not place it right now, but I will after I do something else. Oh, remember to buy the white soapstone and the torch. Very important. Those are the 2 items you need ahead before you head out. And there's the dried finger, which I don't have enough souls right now, but that's another item you should buy. And that's the tower key to open there in the Firelink Shrine, but I will not do that until later.
Ashen one, be sure.
And now we can finally head to Lothric's castle. Sometimes you will see the video maybe jumping here and there. Sometimes I had to I was recording, and the PS4 has like a 15-minute max recording time, and some things did take me more than 15 minutes to do, and sometimes I had to stop, and maybe you will see like semi-skips, but I maintained it in the same area, so don't worry about it. It's not that I did anything special. I will be leveling every now and then, because I know there are certain areas in the game I should level a little, and I will perhaps make a video, like a small clip, like this is an area where you can farm a little, so to then proceed, and I will give you a level range where you will be comfortable with the level to proceed to the game. So over there we see a coil sword. It's very interesting. It's there, and you see it with the vessel, but that's pretty much it. You don't get to it. It will be interesting if the DLCs take you back to that room, because pretty much you're warped to that room from the Firelink Shrine, and you never touch that room again. Over here is sub menus. I'm gonna change a few because I don't need those items there. I never use them, so I'm gonna put white soapstone. No, I'm gonna put it like in my main. I'll put the ember first. And then the white soapstone. There we go. I'll put the crystal because I never use the white circlet. The white circlet is when you mess up and try to cheat your way out of dark invasions, and the game punishes you if you like forcefully many times close the game, and then it doesn't let you connect to any other world. So this is Lothric. You can see the castle from far away, and this is the high wall. Let me double check upstairs. Always double check areas, you know. And as I said, maybe on this first run there's no items, but later on there might be on New Game Plus or New Game Plus Plus or New Game Plus Plus Plus. Alright, so let's sit down because I wasted an Estus. I could have wasted an Estus. Okay, so first of all, you're gonna head after the stairs, you're gonna head right instead of following the bonfire, which is tempting to go that way. No, you should come this way first, right? Kill that guard, because if not, he will be shooting you from down there if you're walking. It's pretty easy to miss, believe it or not, because if you follow the stairs, you won't notice he's there. All right, keep your shield up with the dogs, and wait for them to actually try to hit your shield, because that will give you that will stagger them for a moment, as you can see, and bam bam, give you a opening to kill them. All right, so let's double check we won't get any backstabs. All right, there comes a bigger monster than usual. The trick with bigger monsters with bigger weapons is let them splash and then go in and attack them. And always is a good idea to backstab them. That will take a huge chunk from their HP, and you have a chance to charge and kill them then. Alright, so we killed the two bigger problems. Alright, right now you have to pay attention because you have to run real fast and kill a specific monster. Alright, you run to that group and you will kill that one in the middle. Why? Because he will, if you let him stand up, as you can see, there was like a little smoke coming out. He would have transformed kind of something similar to Gundyr, the tutorial boss that has like the snake thing, and then he is a bigger problem over here. So here we have the longbow, which is the reason we came in. I'm gonna put it up in my gear soon enough when I need to. Sometimes I do wait since I know when I'm gonna use it. So we can run back now, and let's explore a moment the stairs where the skeleton with the huge axe came by. There is a monster to the right. It's pretty easy to kill. There's an item there, some souls. Alright, so we will see a gate here. It's closed from the other side, even though it's funny because the door is, if you look at the physical gate, it visually tells you can't open it from this side, but hey, that's up to the director, right? But that's gonna be a shortcut eventually, even though it's not that usable in my opinion, but it is a shortcut nonetheless. When you search that area, sit down, because since you're not gonna go back, you will okay, I summoned somebody. You will have to refill your Estus. I did summon a phantom, however in a few I'm gonna possibly fast forward this. I tried to summon somebody else, however they didn't come by. Okay, so always kill the aggressive ones. Most of them won't attack you unless you attack them. And that guy over there with the bell is a very, very, very good idea to kill him fast. Because if he rings the bell, he's gonna call in some surprise hollows. And that will come aggressively to you. And then you have to handle like 3 at the same time. So it's better to just chill and do it slowly. Take your time over there. There's one over here. A lot of people missed it. I have a friend that he missed it a few times. Alright, attack that one very fast because okay, this was a mistake I did. I'm about to die. Never do that. Try not to get to that corner. But I showed you. I saved it and showed you so you know the type of mistakes you should not do. Try not to corner yourself, especially with 2 hallows. And that other guy was not useful, so when you summon phantoms like regular ones, you know, it does happen where some are helpful, some are not. You have no control over that most of the time. But usually people are helpful. They are, and they are very welcome too. You can make friends too. I have a few friends already, which I play with them, and sometimes they do need my help during their New Game Plus journey. So they usually call me out and I help them kill bosses or go through areas. I have very good memory, so I usually help them out to remind them where some of the items are. Some of my other friends are PvPers. Actually, I think most of them I have met during PvP in Steve Sullivan's BONFIRE. Wish we will get there eventually. It is a long journey though to get there, but we will get there nonetheless. Alright, so it's always a good idea in this part to actually kill them again. It will help you to gain more souls. So this time I'm gonna be more careful and kill one of them first. And you can pretty much charge attack them. They are, those specific ones I'm charging, they are the strongest 3 in this area. So I get rid of them pretty fast. Alright. So I'm going up there and there's gonna be 2 skeletons. One of them will charge attack you. You kill them and then you... Oh, this is another strong one. Okay, so you have the binoculars. Pretty much what this does is it gives you a first point of view, like a first person shooter kind of thing, but you cannot do much with it. It's just to look around and explore the map. But as you can see, it gives you a slight zoom in of the area. And it's good to use it for, most of the time people use it for PvP. So you get behind the dragon, jump down, don't worry about it, there's an item there. Okay, so behind those boxes there's gonna be a monster. Careful with him, he's aggressive. And be careful with the other one too. There we go. And remember always to pick up the items. So right now I'm gonna head a moment to the Firelink Shrine to get more points on my leveling. Take the chance always to level up. You never know if you're gonna die by accident in a new area. You never know if you're gonna get killed by a invader or an NPC or ambush of monsters. So you know, every time you have control and you have enough souls and you're cautious that you have enough souls, level up. Level up, because it will be very useful for the journey.
Welcome, speak thine heart's desire.
On this case, I already
Very well. Then touch the darkness. Take nourishment from these
I'm gonna level strength so I can use a sword, and some endurance to speed up the stamina. Right. So I'm gonna leave you here for today. Next time I'll be covering more of the Highwall of Lothric. Well, take care everyone.